Welcome to the Rent Success podcast, the only podcast entirely dedicated to helping you achieve rent-to-rent success. We talk about the ethical way to get you started in property without buying it. This is our place to inspire each other to believe bigger, to be bolder, and to be game changers for good. Property investors and sisters Stephanie and Nicky Taylor are your guides on this exciting ride. Let's start up the engines and get ready to fly. Hello. It's Stephanie here. Welcome to episode 36 of Ask the Angels, where we answer your rent-to-rent questions. If you'd like to talk to us live, join us on Clubhouse. Clubhouse is the new social media-only app. At the moment, we're meeting Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Check it out at rent2rentsuccess.com/clubhouse, and we'll be adding all the upcoming dates there. And you can also listen to recordings from previous Clubhouse meetings. That's a relatively new thing that we can now record from Clubhouse. So today I have a great question. It's from Thakkar, and he's asked about finding tenants. Here's Thakkar's question. He says, thanks for the inspiration. I'd love to do rent to rent. I have one question though. Do you source tenants before taking on an HMO property? This is a good question. Every week you guys are bringing great questions. So it can make sense to find tenants first and find properties to order, so to speak. To do this, you'd need to be able to onboard your properties quickly to meet the requirements of the tenants that you've found. Because it's easy to find tenants, we prefer to find the right property first and then find tenants for each property as we bring it on. And because we choose the right properties in the right locations, the properties let quickly. I talked about the top 5 things to look for in your first rent-to-rent HMO property in Ask the Angels episode 4. And you can listen to it here. It's rent2rentsuccess.com/ATA4. That's Ask the Angels 4, ATA4. So if you go and listen to that one, you'll be able to find the right properties in the right location, because it's so important to get those fundamentals right, because once you have that right, then the finding tenants part is easy. So what we do to find tenants, I'm going to talk about that as well, a bit of a bonus, is start advertising your properties early. As soon as you have the keys, it's a great time to start advertising the property. And let me talk more about how to find tenants. So for house shares, HMOs, spareroom.com.co.uk is the best way to advertise an HMO room. It's because it's the biggest online portal for HMO housemates in the UK. So being on Spareroom is a must do. There are other online portals too, though. Open Rent is another one. We find Open Rent to be great for single let properties, but not so great for HMO housemates. If you do want to try Open Rent, you must upgrade so that your property is on Rightmove and other portals like Zoopla, Gumtree, and Prime Location. Without the upgrade, there's little benefit to Open Rent, as most potential tenants don't visit the Open Rent site, whereas most potential tenants do visit Rightmove and Zoopla, and Open Rent can put you on there. So Facebook, this is an avenue that some people are having great success with, but it can be a bit location dependent. In some areas, people are finding that the inquiries from Facebook are good fit tenants, professional tenants. We found when we first tried it years ago, it wasn't so much the professional tenants. So coming via Facebook, but that is changing, and you want to test it out for yourself and see if it works for you. And you can try a mix of Facebook Marketplace, Facebook groups, and even your own personal profile. As well as those bigger portals, there are lots of other online portals such as Easy Roommate. We have found that those are not worth our time. We did try out a lot of them at the beginning, but because Spare Room gets so much the lion's share of the traffic, it didn't make sense for us to also use these other online portals. As well as the online portals, it's also good to have a longer term strategy to see which companies your tenants are coming from and which companies are hiring in your area. Then you can build up those relationships and find that you've always got new tenants coming in. So if you've got hospitals nearby, it's great to build up a relationship with the HR people at the hospitals. If you've got large employers, recruitment agencies, all of those types of businesses you can have relationships with. If you can see construction going on nearby, these are all good ways to build up the flow so that more people are coming to you. And finally, the last way is to let everybody know what you do, both online and offline. You never know. One of your colleagues might have a partner who works at the hospital, or one of your acquaintances might work for an Amazon distribution center where new staff are often looking for these good quality house shares. So that is how we approach it. And for our Kickstarters, you can find out more about exactly how to find great tenants, how to reference them, and how to fill your rooms. It's everything building on what we've talked about here. We've got the copy and paste templates for compelling room ads. We've got exactly what to do before viewings and how to arrange viewings so that you have a waiting list for your rooms, how to reference your tenants quickly and easily to ensure that only the right people move in. And of course, we include in there all of our tenant forms and all of our contracts. So in summary, Thakkar, no, we don't find tenants before. We find the properties first. And when you find the right properties, finding the tenants is easy. If you're a beginner on all these things, rent to rent, if you want to know more about the whole 6-step system to rent success, then do go to rentsuccess.com/guide, GUIDE, and you'll be able to get a fantastic 90-minute training, a video training before and afters showing you the step-by-step breakdown of how we do it. Until next week, have a great rest of the week or even rest of the week. And remember, believe bigger, be bolder, be a game changer. See you soon. Thank you so much for being with me here today. If you would like more, we've written the #1 best-selling book on rent to rent. You can find it at rentsuccess.com/book. Reviewers on Amazon have described it as the best rent-to-rent HMO book and also as a definitive reference guide and inspirational. Take your next step today and buy the book. You can find it at rentsuccess.com/book. And I'll see you again next time. Until then, remember, believe bigger, be bolder, be a game changer.